On January 21st, 2012, Ben and I attended the Dallas March for Life.
We wanted to speak up for the ones that cannot speak for themselves by participating in the stand against the fateful Roe v. Wade ruling, a ruling that has ended the lives of unborn millions.
This silent Holocaust is mortifying, but the destruction does not stop there. Mothers, fathers, and countless other individuals suffer greatly from the loss of these children's lives.
This is why we march. Not only did we want to participate in the March for Life, Tim and I also wanted to see what the marchers thought concerning some of the major issues of abortion.
We interviewed many of the marchers and asked them for their insights on these crucial topics.
What we want to do is show our support for human life, especially at the very beginning, from the moment of conception.
To support life.
To go against abortion.
I'm here because I believe that abortion is wrong, that life is a gift from God, and that babies should have the right to choose their life for themselves, that their moms should not have the ability to take that life from them.
To peacefully show that life is an amazing thing and every person deserves a chance at it.
We're here to support life.
If one person can see that we're here to be there in their corner when they go through contemplation of abortion, or to keep or to adopt. If one person can see that and their hearts change, that's one life that's already saved.
No, because every human is formed in the womb and they have innate dignity because they're a person, a human being.
No, it is not a right. It's actually contrary to rights, and that's why we want to protest the fact that it's legal.
No, you don't have the right to take another's life. Because it doesn't matter if they're before they're born or if they're an adult, it's still a life.
It is never a right to end the life of another human being. And as scientists have discovered, life begins from conception.
Absolutely it affects men. I think if you would ask any father that has lost a child if they're affected by the death of their son or daughter, that would be a good testament to someone who has lost a child, because that's what's happened. They've lost a son or a daughter.
Every man has that built-in sense of the need to protect and to provide for, especially women and babies, because they are more vulnerable and they're weaker. And so they feel that when they lose that child, they feel that lost fatherhood, and it hurts them.
It affects them deeply too, because that's their child just as much as it is the mother's child, even if their emotions are not quite as strong.
I have a really, strong view about that. As a guy, as a man, most good men would look at their child and see more than just a life. It's part of them. When you think about, be you having sex with a woman who happens to be on birth control, that's abortion. That baby was implanted and it wasn't able to maintain life, so it fell off and died. That for a moment, that baby was alive. You're a father. You are a father, and that's an honor above all else, to be able to care and set an example for your own flesh and blood. That's what all men are called to, is to lead, and especially the innocent, especially if it's your blood. So I feel whether a man eventually knows about it or not, ever understands this realization, it does affect him. It does affect men. Yeah.
Absolutely. I believe in the power of adoption. There's so many moms and dads without even having had an abortion that would love to have children, they just can't. And so if she would carry that baby, regardless of what happened, there's always compassion for her. But there's so many ways that you can deal with that as far as putting them up for adoption, having your baby, and you can even get paid for that. For the mom's expenses.
Well, of course, adoption is always a tremendous and a beautiful, wonderful option. There's so many ways to take care of the child once it's born. It's just getting through those first 9 months that what's most important is to give the woman hope, give the woman encouragement, give her support so that she can bring the baby to term. And then at that point, there's literally hundreds of and even thousands of families willing and able to adopt that could take care of the baby just fine.
Oh yes, there is adoption, and there are lots of crisis pregnancy centers all over the country ready to help these women to understand how they can be a mother to this new child. They give them free stuff, provide them with these things like cribs and strollers and baby stuff to help them to start their life as a mother. And adoption, like I said, there are a lot of adoption centers, lots of couples all over the country who cannot have their own kids, or else they want more kids. They want to adopt these kids.
Some people definitely would say that, but I think that it's not her choice to make in the first place.
It comes down to where you shouldn't speak for another person, because that person inside you, they have a right to have a voice. So therefore they're taking away life, and in the first place they don't have the say-so to say who could have life.
I respectfully believe that the woman made the choice when she and man came together. Besides that, there's the case of rape, in which case, would you really take the sins of the father and put them on to the unborn child? Is that really just in itself?
No.
No, it's not a woman's choice to kill the baby. They're both equal lives, so.
The baby's body isn't hers.
I don't think it's a choice that people should have. Choices that people make are sometimes not good, and we make laws against that all the time. Like, don't murder, don't steal. And some choices should not be tolerated.
As we drove home, our minds were filled with the events that we had just experienced that day. Not only were we encouraged by the thousands of people who took the time to stand for the truth, we also gained great insight from the people that we were able to interview.
The underlying theme of the pro-life movement is life. This was clearly communicated by those we interviewed. Every human being should desire to truly live and to defend the ability of others to do so as well. Jesus gave his life so that we can have real life forever. God wants everyone to live.